Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Randol Schoenberg, and I'm the chairman of the Los Angeles Museum of the Holocaust, which is on Wilshire Boulevard, not far from here. I'm so happy that you're all here today to help us commemorate the Holocaust. I know why I'm here. I'm here because 65, 70 years ago, my grandparents, all four of them, were lucky enough to escape the Nazis and come here to California. They left behind many family members, including my great-grandfather, who were killed and didn't make it. But why are all of you here? I hope not just because your teachers brought you here. I hope you have at least a little curiosity about what was the Holocaust and why 60, 70 years later are we here talking about it. You'll hear people talk today about individual stories, and you'll hear large numbers. You'll hear about 6 million Jews being killed, and millions of other people also who perished and were murdered. But I don't know about you, I liked math when I was in school. Maybe some of you do too. And I always try to imagine, what is 6 million? How many people do you think we have here today under this tent? It seems like a lot, right? It's under 2,000. It's about 2,000 people. Now just imagine that everybody in this tent was murdered today. It's a terrible thing. It would be one of the greatest tragedies in American history. Now imagine that same tragedy, all of you being murdered 3 times a day for 3 years, weekends included, for 1,000 days. That's what we're talking about. That's why we're here talking about it. Most of you are relatively young. You might not even remember September 11th, 2001, which is almost 5 years ago. On that day, one of the worst tragedies in American history, 3,000 people died. In the Iraq War, which is going on now, about 3,000 American soldiers died. In World War II, about 400,000 American soldiers died, freeing Europe from the Nazis and preventing the further murder of millions. It's hard to imagine those numbers. Now, after my grandfather came here to Los Angeles, he wrote an essay in 1938 before the Nazis had started murdering people, and he said, "Is there room in the world for almost 7 million people? Are they condemned to doom? Will they become extinct, famished, butchered? What have our leaders, our men with foresight, done to avert this disaster? What have they done to alleviate the sufferings of the people already stricken by this mishap? What have they done to find a place for the first 500,000 people who must migrate or die?" We all know that not enough was done, that we didn't avert this disaster. And looking out at your faces today, I know that many of you, your parents, were also immigrants like my grandparents, and we hear a lot about immigration these days. Maybe your parents have been talking about it also. And we have to remember that there is another side to immigration. There are people out there in the world who are less fortunate than we are, people facing grave danger, people who want to live a free life. During the World War II, the Nazis did not allow that to happen, and we as Americans fought to make the world a better place. I want to thank you all for being here. I want you all to enjoy and listen and understand and have compassion and appreciate the work of your classmates here who are coming up today to help us commemorate and remember. Thank you.